Good day, everyone. So today we will be discussing about the related metabolic disorders. So at the end of this lesson, you would be able to discuss the different related metabolic diseases according to its classifications, and then correlate laboratory findings to help in diagnosis and treatments, and familiarize with the symptoms and pathophysiology of different ailments. Okay, so let's start. So, our related metabolic disorders, it could be either because of abnormal or excess metabolites from your blood, okay, from various metabolic disorders, okay, to appear in the urine. Okay, so, di ba, uh, your urine being the end product of our metabolic processes, all the wastes, doon na pupunta. So, it could be either renal disorder, okay, so a kidney problem, or overflow disorder. When you say overflow, talagang marami lang itong mga metabolites na to in your blood, kaya siya lumalabas in the urine. Okay? So we could also classify this according to the functional defect. Okay? So we have a lot of metabolic disorders. Okay, number one, renal. We have two, what we call the Hartnup disease and the cystinuria. Overflow, under overflow, we have either metabolic or hereditary disorders. We have tyrosinemia, melanoria, indicanuria, porphyria, and carbohydrate disorders under the metabolic. And then phenylketonuria, tyrosinemia, alkaptonuria, maple syrup urine disease, and so on under the overflow hereditary. So we will discuss that one by one. So I know you are all familiar with what we call the newborn screening tests. So these are tests for inborn errors of metabolism. So ano yun? Yun yung mga conditions wherein congenitally or they have inherited a problem as to how to metabolize this analytes. Okay? So kaya siya errors of metabolism. Okay? So that's also part of what we are going to discuss. Okay? So ano-ano ba yung mga tinitest sa newborn screening? Okay? So particularly, syempre, yun yung mga nandito sa hereditary, mga namamana. We have phenylketonuria being the most common, tyrosinemia, alkaptonuria, and so on. Okay, so newborn screening test uses blood collected from the infant heel puncture and then analyzed using tandem mass spectral photometry. You can also use chromatography as our confirmatory tests. Okay? And then urine test may be used for follow-up. Once you are diagnosed, syempre, it's a condition na hindi naman nagagamot. It's a congenital condition. So, it has to be managed as you grow old, and you can use urine na lang for follow-up testing or for monitoring. We also have biochemical classifications of metabolites. Could be an amino acid disorder. We have phenylalanine tyrosine disorders, branched chain amino acid disorders, and different amino acids due to the presence of methyl group that branch from the main aliphatic carbon change, which we will discuss later on. Okay? You can find significant laboratory findings in patients with this condition. Nakakakita tayo ng ketonuria in newborns. Okay? So, tryptophan disorders, cysteine disorders, cysteine, madaling tandaan. Of course, you can see cysteine crystals also associated with sulfur odor, okay, in the urine. Porphyrin, disorders, mucopolysaccharides, and so on. Yan. Okay, so that's what we will be discussing today. Okay, so let's start. Okay, let's first take a look at this illustration. So this is the normal metabolism natin. Okay, starting from the phenylalanine hanggang maging ma-convert siya into fumaric acid and acetoacetic acid being the waste product. Okay? So, all of these enzymes are needed to properly metabolize yung ating phenylalanine. Kung magkulang tayo ng isa, in this case, magkulang ng isa, you have a condition for that. Okay? So, kahit isang magkulang lang in one of the steps, we have a condition for that. So, ito yung para nating gawing pattern Okay? Para ma-analyze natin maigi yung condition. Okay? First, let's start with under the phenylalanine tyrosine disorders. Number one, we have the phenylketonuria. So phenylketonuria is an autosomal recessive trait. The patient had a failure to inherit the phenylalanine hydroxylase gene, which converts your phenylalanine to tyrosine, causing an alternate degradative pathway which produces increased level of phenylketones. So, saan ba yung phenylalanine hydroxylase? Tingnan natin saang enzyme ba siya or saang part. Dito pa lang, sa umpisa pa lang. Okay? So, phenylketonuria, okay, kasi wala siyang phenylalanine hydroxylase. So, ang endpoint, ang ending, pag meron kang phenylketonuria rather, hindi na magpo-proceed yung inyong pathway. Okay, hanggang dito na lang siya. You will accumulate phenylalanine. Okay? Siya. Phenylketones na nag-accumulate. Aside from that, we have pyruvic acid, phenylactic acid, phenylacetic acid, phenylacetic glycine. So, ito yung mga nag-accumulate instead of it uh, being converted hanggang maging acetoacetic acid. Ito yung dumadami. Okay? So, undetected cases causing patients to continually eat phenylalanine-rich food, okay, which causes severe mental retardation, okay, tyrosine deficiency leading to light skin, hair, and eyes. Bakit light skin, hair, and eyes? Parang para siyang medyo albino. Kasi, look at this. Phenylalanine will be converted to tyrosine. Tyrosine will be converted into melanin. So, doon nanggagaling yung melanin. Okay, normal byproducts ng conversion ng tyrosine into hydroxyphenylpyruvic acid. Okay? So, melanin melanin siya yung responsible for the color of our skin, our hair, our eyes. Okay? So, dahil walang tyrosine, etong patients na may phenylketonuria, walang melanin as a byproduct, kaya meron silang light skin, hair, and eyes. Okay? And mothers with phenylketonuria, kapag nagbuntis sila, their baby, it could have what we call microencephaly. Okay? Another manifestation natin, peculiar mousy or musty odor. Yan, unique yan kay phenylketonuria. Mousy or musty odor. So how would we detect yung ating phenylketonuria? What are the laboratory tests? Okay. Siyempre, we have the newborn screening. Newborn screening is done 4 hours after birth if newborn have adequate milk. Bakit kailangan pinainom muna ng milk si baby? Kasi magte-take into effect or malalaman natin na mataas yung phenylalanine niya pag nag-consume na siya ng phenylalanine-rich food, which is an example is the milk. Okay? So, mag-accumulate yung phenylalanine in the blood and yun yung ide-detect natin. Okay. So, ferric chloride test is non-specific. This detects our PPA, phenylpyruvic acid, permanent blue-green color. Ito yung medyo tricky when you're studying related metabolic disorders, yung result sa ferric chloride. Kasi a lot of the disorders, you can use ferric chloride to test. Kaya nga siya non-specific. A lot of metabolic disorders na detect niya. Okay? Ang pinagkaiba-iba lang is iba-iba sila ng color produced. Okay? Associated with different colors. So for this case, phenylketonuria, permanent blue-green color. Yun yung tatandaan natin for phenylketonuria. We can also use Guthrie test, which is microbial inhibition of Bacillus subtilis, and HPLC as our reference method. So for the procedural of this, yung mga procedure, you can find this sa Strassinger or sa Henry's. Just read on it. Hindi na natin siya i-discuss. Okay? Yan. So, if you have phenylketonuria, hindi naman siya fatal. These conditions are not fatal. You just have to avoid phenylalanine-rich foods. Okay? So, para hindi mag-accumulate, ma-maintain, hindi mag-accumulate si phenylalanine, sa diet siya talaga usually kinokontrol. Okay, so bawal yung mga phenylalanine-rich foods. Next one is tyrosinemia, or tyrosiluria. Okay. So, this is an excess tyrosine or degradation products. It could be hereditary. Okay? Kapag hereditary, because you had a failure to inherit genes for the enzyme either fumarate acetoacetate hydroxylase or Malay acetoacetate isomerase. Okay? Type 2 naman, either you fail to inherit tyrosine aminotransferase, and type 3, hydroxyphenylpyruvate dioxygenase. Okay, so saan yun? Tingnan natin siya sa, ano natin? Yan. Okay, so ayan, tyrosine aminotransferase or hydroxyphenylpyruvate oxidase. Ito yung mga na-fail to inherit either dyan sa mga yan. Or it could also be transitory. Okay? Makikita natin sa premature infants just because underdeveloped yung liver nila. Pero once na okay na si liver, ay nawawala na din yung condition. Or it could be acquired naman from liver disease. Okay? So, yun. Characteristic rancid odor of urine. Unique yan kay tyrosinemia. Kapag hereditary, it is fatal. Okay, it causes liver and renal tubular disease. Okay. Kapag type 1, nagkakaroon tayo ng generalized renal tubular disorder and progressive liver failure soon after birth. Okay? So that's why it's fatal. Pag type 2 naman, you can see corneal erosion and lesions in the palms, fingers, and soles of the feet. And type 3 causes mental retardation if without dietary restrictions of phenylalanine and tyrosine. Okay, we can also see tyrosine and leucine crystals in both transitory and acquired types. Kasi, di ba, if you remember, tyrosine and leucine is associated with liver disease. And transitory and acquired is happens when you have a liver condition. So how do we test it? Okay, newborn screening, syempre, nitrosonaptol test. Color reaction natin, orange-red precipitate when we use nitrosonaptol test. Melon's test, ferric chloride niya, transient green. Kanina, permanent blue-green color. Kay tyrosinemia, transient green. Modified Guthrie test and chromatography as our confirmatory. Okay, how do we manage this? Parehas pa rin. So, since iisa lang naman yung pathway natin, you also still have to avoid phenylalanine-rich foods. Okay? So, para hindi mag-accumulate si tyrosine. Next one, melanoria. Melanoria is our second metabolic pathway for tyrosine, which is, let's see again, ito, ayan. Which produces melanin, tyrosine, epinephrine, and proteins. Okay, nagkakaroon ng proliferations ng melanocytes which produce a malignant melanoma. Okay, you can see, sabi natin kanina, melanin is responsible for dark color of hair, eye, skin, and eyes. Kapag deficient ka in melanin, you will have albinism. Okay? There are certain cases na yung there are tumors of what we call melanocytes. They secrete 5,6-dihydroxyindole which oxidizes to melanogen and then to melanin which produces the dark urine. Okay, so di ba associated si melanoria with dark urine. Okay? We use tourmaline, sodium nitroprusside test, Ehrlich's test, red color, ferric chloride niya, gray-black precipitate. Ito medyo madaling tandaan kasi melanin, alam natin dark, gray-black precipitate. Okay. So, ito, ang melanoria, this is commonly, mas common siya na from tumors, from cancer, rather than overflow. Okay? So, syempre, if it is a tumor, we remove it, the melanocytes or the melanoma, and then we undergo chemotherapy. as our treatment. Next one, alkaptonuria. Ito, alam ko, feeling ko, alam niyo na. Failure to inherit the homogentic acid oxidase resulting accumulation of homogentic acid in the blood, tissues, and the urine. Okay, so di ba sabi natin, alkapton, alkaline lover siya due to the darkening of urine after becoming alkaline. Okay? So, pag alkaptonuria, ito producing, yung melanuria producing dark urine. Dark na talaga siyang na lalabas. Pag alkaptonuria ay normal color, pero once naging alkaline na yung color, as the pH increases, mas nagiging dark yung color ng urine. Nagda-darken siya over time. So, no clinical presentation in early childhood except for brown, reddish brown, or black stained diapers. Okay? So, bakit sa diapers nakikita? Kasi, di ba kapag umihi ang baby sa diaper, hindi naman yan agad-agad napapansin or natatanggal. And then, as the urine increases in pH, saka nagsistain, nagiging dark. Saka lang napapansin na parang kakaiba. No? Nagkakaroon din ng deposition of brown pigments in body tissues, most notably the ears. Okay, bakit? Kasi yung homogentic acid hindi lang naman sa urine lumalabas. It accumulates in the blood and in the tissues. Nagkakaroon ng brown pigments. Cartilage deposits also happens which causes arthritis and nagkakaroon tayo ng liver and cardiac disorders din kalaunan. Okay? So, newborn screening, we can use your newborn screening, what we call the Clini test, yellow precipitate, alkali test, the ferric chloride test, transient deep blue, and paper thin layer chromatography as our confirmatory tests. Yeah, so nakailang ferric chloride na tayo. Okay, ayan. So, lahat sila may ferric chloride test, iba-iba lang ng color. Please remember that. Okay. Next one, cystine disorders. Okay? So we have cystinuria, cystinosis, and homocystinuria. When we say cystinuria, this is inherited. Renal tubular disorder causing the inability of reabsorbing the following filtered amino acids. Okay, so renal tubular disorder. Okay, pwedeng hindi niya kayang i-reabsorb back is cysteine, ornithine, lysine, and arginine, COLA. Or kaya naman ang hindi niya lang nare-reabsorb ay cysteine and lysine only. Okay? So approximately 65% of people are affected by this, the COLA, producing calculi early in life. So hindi nare-reabsorb back, nagpupool yung amino acids in the calyces, which forms, kaya nagpo-form si kidney stone. Higher chance to form a kidney stone. Calculi formation is less common if cysteine and lysine is only affected. Cysteine is the only amino acid found in calculi analysis, and cysteine crystals in first morning or concentrated specimens is often seen. Okay? Okay. So, cyanide nitroprusside test ang gamit natin dito na test. Ang color producing niya is red, purple. Next one, cystinosis. Cystinosis, this is also an inherited disorder. It could be because of infantile nephropathic or late onset nephropathic. Okay? So both has defect on the lysosomal membrane that prevents the release of cysteine to cell cytoplasm for metabolism. So ito, si cystinuria ay inability to reabsorb. Si cystinosis, inability to prevent the release of cysteine to cell cytoplasm. Okay, so ito in the blood siya nangyayari, okay, or in the body, ito is in the renal. Okay. Next is non-nephropathic or pag benign, it could be also benign. Kapag one, infantile nephropathic or late onset nephropathic, nagkakaroon tayo ng incomplete metabolism ng cysteine, which causes crystalline deposits in many areas of the body. Okay. Major defect natin dito in renal tubular reabsorption associated with Fanconi syndrome, if you remember. Photophobia, rickets, and stunted growth also happens. And then nagkakaroon din tayo ng renal failure. And then, second one, non-nephropathic may cause ocular disorders. Okay, so in urine, you can see polyuria, isostenuria, aminoaciduria, and of course, cystine crystals then. Okay? We use cyanide nitroprusside as well and clinitest as well. Last, for the cystine disorders, we have homocystinuria. This is an inherited condition caused by a deficiency of cystathionine beta synthase, causing the accumulation of homocysteine. In patients with homocystinuria, makikita natin failure to thrive. You can see cataracts as well, mental retardation, thromboembolism, and worst case natin is death. Okay? So for testing, we have newborn screening, silver nitroprusside test, red, purple in color, okay? And modified Guthrie tests. Next one, branch chain amino acid disorder. Okay. So MSUD, maple syrup urine disease first. This is an autosomal recessive trait which caused the failure to inherit branch chain alpha keto acid dehydrogenase, which are necessary for the oxidative decarboxylation of the transaminated keto acids, leucine, isoleucine, and valine, causing their accumulation in the blood and urine. Ang haba-haba. Basta, basically, failure to decarboxylate your leucine, isoleucine, and your valine. Yun, tandaan. Okay. Associated with the maple syrup or burnt sugar odor, failure to thrive after 1 week. Okay. So this is a fatal condition then. Mental retardation if not detected within the 11th day, and death. Okay. Testing natin for MSUD, newborn screening, microfluorimetric assay, ferric chloride test, gray with green tinge, and chromatography as our confirmatory. Next one, organic acidemias. This is caused by accumulation of keto acids formed in the latter part of the amino acid metabolism. So it could be because meron tayong tatlo na what we call the isovaleric acidemia. Nagkakaroon tayo ng build-up of isobaleryl glycine because of the deficiency of isobaleryl coenzyme A. Okay? Or we also have propionic acidemia and methylmalonic acidemia. So itong dalawa, kakaroon tayo ng error in metabolizing or converting isoleucine, valine, threonine, and methionine to succinyl coenzyme A. So that's what happens with these two. So in general, you can see severe illness, often vomiting and metabolic acidosis kasi these are all acids. Nagkakaroon tayo ng buildup of acids. Hypoglycemia, ketonuria, increased serum ammonia, and then, siyempre, as we know, isovaleric acidemia associated with the sweaty feet odor of your urine. Newborn screening, you can also test it using newborn screening, chromatography, p-nitroaniline test, which we have a positive emerald green color. Next, tryptophan disorders. We have indicanuria. Indicanuria happens when you have an increase of tryptophan converted to indole, causing excess intestinal reabsorptions, may be due to one of the four reasons: intestinal obstruction, abnormal intestinal bacteria, malabsorption syndrome, or the what we call the Hartnup disease. In general, we associate it when urine turns blue when oxidized. Okay? What we call the blue diaper syndrome, or in another name is Drummond's syndrome. Okay? It's hereditary. Okay, it could also be because of failure to reabsorb amino acids or under Fanconi syndrome. Okay? It could also lead to endocanuria. Test natin Obermeyer's test, a positive blue-violet color, Jaffe's test, and Joly's test. Okay. Next, 5-hydroxyindole acetic acid. This is caused by carcinoid tumors involving your argentaphin cells producing excess serotonin. Okay? So, in diets, we can associate it kapag mahilig ka sa banana, pineapple, tomato, avocado, mushroom, walnuts. These are all high in serotonin, which could also um, lead to having an excess uh, indole acetic acid in your urine. Okay? So, or it could also be because of medications, phenothiazines and acetanilids. Ito din pwede ring mag-cause. Okay? Pero, ang pathologic, ano natin dito, pathologic um, cause of increase in indole acetic acid in urine is our tumors, carcinoid tumors. So, increase of indole acetic acid levels in urine, normally it's around 2 to 8 milligram per 24 hours, but it could increase up to greater than 25 milligram per 24 hours. Okay. Yeah. So, we use nitrosonaptal test again. Ferric chloride again, blue-green color. Okay. Okay. Next, let's move on with porphyrines. Panti na lang. Porphyrin disorders are what we call the porphyria. Okay? So this could be either inherited or acquired. Pag inherited, you have the failure to inherit the gene for an enzyme needed for the metabolic pathway of porphyrins. Okay, let's see. Ano ba yung metabolic pathway of porphyrins? This is that. Porphyrins, what do you call this? So, I know you're already familiar with it kasi you're familiar with the heme synthesis. So, dito po siya nagagaling. So, failure to inherit one of the um, enzyme needed for this pathway will cause porphyria. So, ano-ano yung mga yon? For example, we have a aminolevulinic acid synthetase. Okay? If you have a deficiency in aminolevulinic acid synthetase, you will have hydratase deficiency porphyria. Okay? And so on. Okay? So, just look at this um, illustration. Yeah. So, or it could either be acquired. Pag acquired, erythrocytic or hepatic functions ang problem. Kakaroon tayo ng iron deficiency, chronic liver disease, or renal disease. Or kaya naman, exposure to lead. Lead poisoning, as you can see in the diagram. So, lead exposure will cause the aminolevulinic acid synthetase to drop, okay, or to not function, and then will cause your porphyria. Okay? It could also affect your ferrochelatase, okay, which will also cause porphyria. Okay? So, your porphyria is classified as either neurologic or psychiatric uh, condition. Okay? So, photosensitivity is seen in both patients natin. Okay? And you can see red or port wine urine. Okay? So, that's your clue na there's a possible okay, porphyria, porphyrinuria si patient. Staining of teeth and bones is also seen. Nagsistain ng red and pink. And hemolytic anemia is also seen. Okay? So, and just a side note, Okay? So, yung vampires are said to have, ito yung pinagmulan ng idea ng vampires, yung patients na may porphyria. Okay? So, kasi they have photosensitivity, di ba? Kapag vampire, takot daw sa araw. Okay? So, photosensitivity, okay, and they have red and pink stain sa teeth. So, kumbaga, parang dugo. Okay, kaya sinasabi na umiinom daw ng dugo yung mga vampires, eh, dito nanggaling yung idea because they have the staining sa teeth. Which is actually just because of their porphyria. Okay? They also have neurologic or psychiatric manifestations. Kaya parang they're a little bit weird. Okay? So, yun. Basta you get the idea. Dito nanggaling yung idea ng vampire. Okay? Sa patients na merong porphyria. Yun lang. Okay, first one. Test natin, we could use early reaction, fluorescence, okay? Using fluorescence, and yun, remember the color, violet, pink, red, when we use the fluorescence test. Okay, baba muna tayo. Okay, we have additional notes for porphyrins here. Okay. So, remember this one. Okay. How do we distinguish the porphyrins and different porphyrins in the urine? Okay. First, in the urine, we have ALA, okay, aminolevulinic acid, porphovilinogen, and uroporphyrin. So, itong tatlong to, they are the most soluble in water. Okay. So, water soluble sila. Ibig sabihin, they are readily seen in the urine. Coproporphyrin, less soluble. And then we have protoporphyrin as not soluble, insoluble. So, ibig sabihin ito, hindi mo to makikita in your urine. You cannot detect this in the urine. However, you can detect it in the feces. Okay? So, coproporphyrin and protoporphyrin can be detected in your stool, in the bile, and in the blood naman, you can see free erythrocyte protoporphyrin, or kaya naman, if it is because of lead poisoning, we can also detect it in the blood. Okay. That. Okay. And, yeah. So moving on, mucopolysaccharide disorders. So these are inherited disorders, failure to inherit the gene for enzyme needed for the complete breakdown of the polysaccharide portion of the compounds. You had an accumulation in lysosomes of connective tissue cells plus increased excretion in urine. Most common syndromes natin under the mucopolysaccharide syndromes are what we call the Hurler, the Hunter, and the Sanfilippo diseases. So common products in urine, we can detect dermatan sulfate, keratan sulfate, and heparan sulfate. Okay? Manifestations, abnormal skeletal structure, severe mental retardation, corneal accumulation, and it's fatal in children. Okay? Next one, purine disorder or Lesch-Nyhan disease. Okay, this is inherited, a sex-linked recessive failure to inherit the gene to produce HGPRT. Okay. Nagkakaroon tayo ng uric acid accumulation throughout the body. Okay. Nagkakaroon ng gout and renal calculi. Siyempre kasi mataas ang uric acid mo. So prone ka sa gout, prone ka sa renal calculi. Severe motor defects, mental retardation, and tendency towards self-destruction, okay, or self-harm. So, laboratory natin, you can see this development is normal for the first 6 to 8 months ng bata. However, ang first sign na nakikita natin or that would lead us to the diagnosis is finding uric acid crystals in pediatric urine specimens. Okay, so you're familiar with what we call the orange sand in diapers. Okay, that's because of the uric acid crystals. Lastly, carbohydrate disorders. Okay. So we have what we call melituria. Okay. So that is the increase in urinary sugar. It could be inherited, which is the more common, or it could be acquired because of multiple causes. Okay. So most carbohydrate disorders, they do not cause disturbance to body metabolism. Okay. It just so happens na mataas yung sugar, specific sugars in our urine. Okay? So, depending on the type ng carbohydrate disorder ang namana ni patient. We use Clini test to test for the sugar and the chromatography as our confirmatory test. Okay. So, that's it for our discussion. Okay, so medyo marami siya, medyo confusing. Pero, I'll give you what you have to remember talaga. So, yung kanina ko pa sinasabi, please remember the ferric chloride results. Yung color, that's important. That is always asked in exams. Okay? And the clinical manifestations, yung pinaka-usual sa kanila. Okay? So, which is already highlighted naman dito sa ating discussion. Okay? You just copy the uh, red colored words. Okay? Yan. So, yun yung mga important to remember in each condition. Okay? So, if you have any questions, feel free to message me and I wish you a good day. Thank you.